Our trip is starting by driving all the way from Abu Dhabi to the only borders with Saudi at Al Guwaifat. Some traffic is there at the borders and it's taking around 2 hours to clear. It is really an emotional moment for me, being on Saudi soil again after 20 years. Saudi Arabia is the country where I was born, lived and raised there for around 20 years of my life. So it is definitely a big moment for me. By taking the exit to empty quarter, first glimpse of desert are showing in the horizon. And I stopped for a moment to take my first breath there and a short clip. Our plan is to set our first camp at an easy spot by beginning of empty quarter and to make it as a meeting point for the whole team. Before we go deep into that, let me explain in a minute what this trip is all about. Empty quarter is the largest sandy desert in the world.
No, African Sahara is the largest desert in the world.
Yes, that is true, but empty quarter is the largest continuous sandy desert in the world.
Sorry, now I got you.
Empty quarter is spreading in 4 different countries of United Arab Emirates, Oman, Yemen, and Saudi Arabia, which got the biggest piece of the cake. It covers an area of around 1200 by 900 kilometers. That makes it almost impossible to cross from side to another, doesn't matter which direction is taken. Apart from limitation to international country borders, it will be a logistic nightmare to carry enough fuel and supplies for full crossing expedition. So, for this expedition, we decided to cover only the eastern part of the desert within borders of Saudi Arabia and plan to cover the other parts in future expeditions. This part including driving 870 kilometers of isolated desert in 6 days, starting from the last fuel station at Shbeta to Al Daris fuel station at the other side of the desert near to the borders of Oman, and to carry enough fuel and supplies along the distance and the duration of the trip. However, this Eastern Saudi empty quarter expedition is very enough to create an epic journey, offers a lot of excitement and plenty of things to witness, such as the famous lakes of Al-Hish and plenty of other oases and water wells. So, please stay tuned to see how it goes. Our actual trip is starting by meeting at our first camp on an easy ground. For me, it's the perfect place to leave everything behind, begin a lifetime adventure with clear mind and high spirit. We won't leave the camp before taking a nice picture for the great team. We are driving the empty quarter road number 95 for 3 hours to reach our last petrol stop at Shbeta. The new Z oil fuel station is open now, and we are filling a total of 240 liters of fuel for each car, including the car tank and the extra jerry cans. We are now ready to start moving far into the empty quarter, following Al-Kidn Trail. Al-Kidn Trail is a well-established track starting from Shbeta, runs south for around 120 kilometers before splitting into 2 separate trails. One goes southeast to the famous lakes of Al-Hish, the other goes southwest where we are planning to go. Al-Kidn Trail is an easy, safe way to enter and exit empty quarter, being used by oil field logistic service trucks and by camel farm owners. It's not the most adventurous way to cross empty quarter, but for us it's offering an easy, safe, time and fuel saving way to move far into the empty quarter. Taking in consideration it's my first time being in the Saudi empty quarter, driving Al-Qidn Trail is the least risky option to go until getting more familiar with the unpredictable isolated desert. After hours of driving, we are stopping for a lunch break and enjoying the pure desert views around Al-Qidn Trail. Seems like someone is enjoying the break to the max.
2 hours later.
We are arriving to our final destination for today at the water well of Glumat Usaykra. It's one of the many deep underground wells made by Aramco all around the Saudi empty quarter. This deep underground water is coming very hot and mixed with hydrogen sulfide. So it's not drinkable, but it could be used for cleaning dishes or having a free hot shower in the middle of nowhere. We are setting our second camp on the dunes just behind the well at a spectacular view to the vast open desert. We arrived there just on time to enjoy the golden hour of the magical desert sunset, so I will leave you to enjoy it and see you in next episode.
On a gravel road and lost control a bit, so the rear broke out. No, you did this and then you oversteered to the left and then they were turning